What is going on, guys? DBG here, and apologies for no background music in this video, but I'm going to talk about something that is kind of, it's a thing that's been in my team for so long. And look, it's something that's not going to go away. I'm just putting it out there, it's not going to go away, and let me explain why it's not going to go away. So, what I'm talking about are RNG rewards. The reason why RNG rewards are not going to go away is because it makes game modes essentially infinitely replayable. So no matter what in clutch time, once you get 100 wins, it's not over. Whereas you might have thought, okay, it's over previously. There were no RNG rewards, but because there are RNG rewards, you can play for these rewards. And then, same with things like draft, where you got to get lucky for the reward. Same with TTO100, and same with once you complete. Man, I gotta play a lot more DTO games, DTO offline games before the end of the season. But yeah, basically, it's a case where it makes the modes infinitely replayable because there are always these RNG rewards where you've got the wheel spin, where there is a card in the wheel spin. Obviously, we all know the wheel spin is completely rigged. Like, if it wasn't, there wouldn't be people playing 1,000 games for a Reggie Lewis card and not getting him. That's the reason I'm making this video, because I saw here a guy Crab D, one of the biggest my team guys on TikTok, is he just posted here after 1,100 wins he still does not have Reggie Lewis. So that is disappointing for me personally. I got this account right here. I got about 250 wins. I've played on other accounts on my PS4, I think I've played about 50-60 games, and so let's just say on my own account I played about 300-310, and other accounts I played close to 200 games. So sorry. So I have played 500 games, and I've seen neither on any account, and not even on other people's accounts. I've seen neither of these rewards, neither of them. So honestly, I'm looking at these things like clutch time rewards. I don't have Reggie Lewis. So even Crab D, he got Michael Red in 100 games and then played 1,100 to not get Reggie Lewis. And people have been commenting on my post saying they've gotten multiple Reggie Lewises in 10 games. That's the thing, that has happened. That has genuinely happened. That there are people that have gotten multiple Reggie Lewises in 10 games, and there are others that have played 1,000 games to not get him. Can we see the problem here? But RNG rewards aren't going anywhere, and I actually don't necessarily think, in terms of replayability, having them in the game is the worst thing in the world. There are frustrating situations. So let me come up with two alternatives. I think there are two suggestions. One of them puts a cap on replayability. So I think this would be kind of a last resort. I think it would fix quite a bit of the problem, but it does put a cap on replayability, which kind of defeats the purpose of the RNG rewards in the first place. But there's another thing that I think would help. It would help. So basically, the first thing is, say, at the start of every season, in the season agendas, so at the start of the season, there should be something in the agendas, and just call it play my team, or win my team. And the agendas, when you click into them, should be win 300 clutch time games, reward Reggie Lewis, win 500. Is 500? No, win 300 TT online games. Reward. Reward Kazi Russell. And the reason why I'm saying Kazi Russell instead of the Galaxy Opal is because the Galaxy Opals are in beyond level 40. Because they're already available to be guaranteed. And then win TT offline. Reward Xavier McDaniel, win 500 games. So yeah, is it like the be all and end all? Is it gonna fix everything in game? Does it make the grind any less? No, but that's never the problem. The problem isn't about the grind, because the grind, like, it's a long grind, but at least it can, if you put in the hours, you're guaranteed something. And that is the problem right now, is that you can spend 10 minutes playing clutch time and have Reggie Lewis, or you can spend 100 hours playing clutch time. You can spend 10 minutes or 100 hours, and you can get the reward in 10 minutes, and you can not get the reward in 100 hours. And I wouldn't have a problem. I don't have too much of a problem with this if they didn't lock the best players in the game behind these RNG. And they did it with Terry Dishinger. Look, we all kind of got hyped for Terry Dishinger. But I think that was a one-off. And the reason why we all got hyped for Terry Dishinger was because it was in a TT offline game mode where it was the easiest game mode ever to win. Like last year, you did not have to think. You did not have to think to win in TT offline. Whereas this year, you kind of do, because the CPU is on freaking steroids. They switch everything. They bait every lane. They don't miss. Like, I was leaving the CPU open. In TTO, they made 18 straight 3-pointers on me when I left them wide open. One of them was green. They made 17 straight whites. The CPU, if you leave them wide the hell open, and they have a rating of above 3-pointer, are not missing. Whereas last year, they barely ever hit a shot. And also, last year, you could literally curry slide into a screen. They would get hit by the screen, and you were wide open. Or you could just walk them into the screen, you were wide open. This year, they switch everything. The CPU is programmed to switch everything. It is very difficult to win quickly. Like last year, we were taking 2 minutes to win games with TTO. As well as that, you could hotshot very quickly, or you just never missed on current gen. People used to take 2 minutes to win games of TT online, and you just can't do that anymore. It takes a lot longer than 2 minutes to win TT online. Or TT offline. In terms of TT online, there was never a huge TT online grind. No one was ever really that hyped for a TT online player. The most hyped people ever were for that game mode was this year with Paul Silas. So I think that is one solution that could help. But again, it does also defeat the purpose of the unlimited replayability. But at the same time, if you get the card in one game, technically, what's the point of playing the mode if you're going by that logic? But I have a weird theory going back to NBA 2K21. It's going back to NBA 2K21 and the first couple of seasons. And I think this would help. I'm not saying like this would completely change the mode, but I do think this would help. If we got things like this like halfway through the season. So, if we look back on some of the old seasons of 2K21, like NBA 2K21 Season 3. So, if you look at the start of Season 3, Season of Giving. So, if you look at this right here. This right here. So, TT Offline, about a couple of weeks into the season, we got 3 random TT Offline cards. So instead of just going for like the final reward and the RNG reward, we got like, you win 5 games, you get this card. You win 50 games, you get this card. You win 100 games, you get this card. So it gives people something extra to grind for. So like if you're grinding the game mode non-stop, and then randomly you're playing that mode and there's 3 extra cards added in, even if you are being screwed in the RNG card, even if these cards aren't the greatest in the world, you're at least feeling like you're getting something. So I don't think that this is a solution, but I think this would help. I think this would help the kind of stigma against the RNG. And it's kind of the same with this with TT Online. Then a week later it was TT Online, there were 3 cards, and then there was 3 cards for Unlimited, I think, because Alex English, I think, was the Unlimited award. So it kind of keeps people playing, giving people more of a reason to play the mode. And I just think at the end of the day, that's something the 2K need to do. Or 2K can take a leaf out of their own book and go back to Season 2 and go back to win streak. I don't agree with the win streak. I think that concept was stupid because you can just bail out of the game and it glitches it. I do think that concept was kind of stupid, but at the end of the day, they can do something like it. Like, I don't think the win streak idea was perfect, but I also don't think it was a bad idea. I do not think it was a bad idea. I can't even remember what week was that. Definitely was. It was last week, Season 2, wasn't it? Was it here? Yeah, where we had the win streak cards. Let's give us, maybe not win streaks, but like, I don't know, halfway through the season, win 100 games and you get a decent tier point card. You get a random Galaxy Opal. Win 40 unlimited games, you get a Galaxy Opal halfway through the season. It keeps you playing. And I think that maybe stops 2K's like unlimited replayability problem, because at the end of the day, there's only a finite amount of time people can play the game. But yeah, like I like the idea of Beyond Level 40. I think Beyond Level 40 to an extent helps with this. But the big problem is that the last 2 seasons, 2K have made the lower tier cards. They've made the pink diamonds and the diamonds in TT Online and TT Offline way better than the higher tiers. Like the diamonds in Season 3 were way better than the pink diamonds, but yet the diamonds weren't in Beyond Level 40. I think if Kazi Russell was on Beyond Level 40, I would probably grind for Yao Ming and do Beyond Level 40. I'm not even joking. I probably would do it, but the problem is that 2K have done whatever they can to not put the best players in Beyond Level 40 and only put average to below average players in Beyond Level 40. So Beyond Level 40 is something that could have saved this. The problem is that it's only the second set of cards that come. Like, I don't know if it's possible to put 7 cards in an option pack or 8 cards in an option pack, but it would be if you could put 8 cards in an option pack, it would be solved as well, because at least Beyond Level 40 you can go and play a certain amount of the game to guarantee to get at least one of these guys. But the problem is, again, Reggie Lewis, Kazi Russell, hid 2 of the best cards in the game, hid behind RNG, and no actual way of getting them. And again, at least with Dan Issel, those guys, there is a definitive way of getting these guys. There's no definitive way. You can play 10,000 hours of clutch time at TTO and there's no guarantee you get Dan Issel and Reggie Lewis. You could play 15 minutes of those modes combined and get both. It's just the way my team is. And I'm not sure what the solution is, because I understand why RNG cards are there. And as much as I would love for RNG cards to go, I think because the game mode isn't in a position where we're getting consistent content, the game mode is now going into a position where every couple of weeks we just get a big grind. We just get something big rather than any sort of consistent content. We know packs are coming on Friday, packs are coming on Tuesday, and then maybe we get something to do on a random Friday. But we also know that on Mondays we're never getting anything, probably for the rest of the year. Unless things change, we're not getting anything on Mondays, we're not getting anything on Wednesdays, we're not getting anything other than leaks on Thursdays. We know that that's the case, and I think that because there's so little to do in terms of replayability, if you decide on a random Saturday, oh, I want to play the game for 5 hours, and you aren't grinding unlimited, and you play 4 hours a week of some other modes, like outside of RNG rewards, there genuinely isn't anything to grind if you don't want to go level 40. So I kind of understand why they're there. I'm not entirely against the idea of having them, but I think there needs to be something done about the fact that, again, there are people playing 100 hours to not get a card, whereas there are people playing 10 minutes to get the card. So anyway, that's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.